Okay, part two. I have bound off the top of my weaving. I still have all these tails messy over here to the side. And now I've got this kind of long area of warp that I meant to continue weaving on, but in the interest of time, I gave up on because I want to make this demo. So what I've decided I'm going to do here, I've already counted out these warp threads. I have 18 because I made sure to make this a multiple of 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take them off of these tabs over here, and I'm going to make tassels and kind of just gather them together so that I have a fringe of sorts at the bottom. Since this is no longer attached up top, this is actually going to be pretty easy to do. I'm going to try not to get things too tangled, but, right, because if I pull on this, it's still going to pull on everything up top. So I'm going to try to be somewhat gentle. I'm not entirely sure what's going to work best, so I'm just being careful as I progress through this. I know it doesn't look like it, but I would rather, I'll put it this way, I would rather ruin this loom than ruin this piece I've worked so hard on. So, voila. And now I have what looks kind of like a disorganized mess of warp threads. So I'm going to use this as a backdrop so you can see a little bit more clearly. I'm going to take these and I'm going to arrange them. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave them as loops or if I'm going to cut them yet, but I do know I'm going to tie these together in groups of 3, 2, 4, 6. Excellent. And I should add, there are all kinds of different ways to finish off your weaving. There are different ways where you can sew things up. You could even take these off. You could cut these, knot them, and cut them close. There are all kinds of different things. I'm just showing you one option, and something I haven't seen quite as much on other tutorials online. So I'm going to take this group of 3, and I'm actually going to make this, make it so it faces me. It's going to help my craftsmanship just a little bit. And then I'm going to start in the middle, simply because I know I want the 2 on the side to be the same, but I want to use the middle as a reference point. And then I'm just going to tie a single knot using all these strands. I'm going to kind of wiggle this into place. You can see that my tension is a little bit different here than it was over here, so I'm going to manipulate individual threads a bit to see if I can get it to lay down a bit flatter. And I think that actually looks all right, so I'm going to tighten that knot and kind of just nose it into place a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other 2 sides. So I'm going to try to put them more or less. Let's see, how did I do this? I want to go the same direction, so I think I went over this way. Right, you can see the tension on this one is a little bit looser. And then since I have this knot a little bit lower than this knot, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So it looks 100% intentional, even though it'll just be our little secret that it was kind of an accident. And again, I just want to make sure that everything I do looks like it was done with intent. These look pretty close. Tighten that one up. Work back across them. And those knots are looking pretty good for now. Now that I see this and I'm seeing how things are kind of shaping up, I actually might save these loops here, and I might use this as part of the way I hang this piece. To me, visually, it seems like there's quite a bit more weight on the piece here, and this feels like it should be the bottom. So even though I intended for these loops to hang down and be the bottom, I think I actually might revise that decision and do something else. So something else you can think about. You know, think about balance, think about weight. You don't have to stay 100% committed to what you were working with just a few minutes ago. So the next video I'm going to show, though, is going to show how to tidy up all of these extra tails.